Over the decades, Resident Evil has delivered countless thrilling moments that define survival horror gaming. As a fun tribute to those memories, in this 3-part series, let's revisit a few great moments from each mainline entry, starting with the original trilogy.
Resident Evil.
You can't miss what may arguably be the most iconic moment in the entire franchise without showing the first appearance of a zombie. 10 seconds in and we're already wrapping up the video with one of the best moments, but even with how iconic this moment is, it's pretty astonishing that a simple head turn would instill fear and become so legendary for the franchise.
Jill Sandwich.
A line between Jill and Barry that was likely just due to the low quality of writing that is prevalent in that time period of gaming, probably not meant to be more than a humorous quip, but grew to become a humorous tagline that would forever go unforgotten in Resident Evil's history.
That was too close. You were almost a Jill Sandwich.
You're right. Barry, thanks for saving my life.
Captain Wesker, where's Chris?
But Barry, didn't you say you're going back to the dining room to do some research? Why on earth are you here?
Chris or Jill finding out about Wesker's betrayal, as most gamers probably got enough hints of it along the way to see it coming.
You did a fine job, Barry.
Just as I thought.
I think you should stay away from Barry, Jill. I hear that his wife and 2 daughters will be in danger if he doesn't do everything I tell him to. I must complete my mission, as ordered by Umbrella.
This moment, coupled with the unleashing of the Tyrant, created an intensity eclipsing just about everything leading up to it. Add in Wesker's body vanishing, and you have a recipe for a lot of intrigue to go along with it.
Resident Evil 2.
Even though this moment is big, it means something unique to each character depending on if you're playing as either Leon or Claire. For Leon, this was where he was supposed to show up for work on his first day. But for Claire, it's potentially more impactful as she attempts to locate her brother Chris at his work location in the RPD, only to find out she's basically on the wrong side of the planet. Ouch. The way the game sets up this location is having a multitude of purpose, unraveling more lore and story as you progress, makes it hugely defining as a cornerstone of a location for the series, fondly remembered by all gamers that visited. After starting to get acquainted with the zombie nightmare once again, Capcom throws a curveball of expectations, letting the player know this isn't the same as before. New horrors await. Add in the fact it's on the ceiling, and now finding out looking at the floor is only half of the equation, creates a world of new nightmares to deal with. This last Resident Evil 2 moment cheats a bit as it uses multiple scenes. After defeating Birkin the first time, we witness an evolution. This isn't the cakewalk boss that's one and done. He's getting bigger, he's getting badder, and stronger as the game goes on until he looks like a frickin' pincushion of teeth. One of the most memorable bosses in the franchise. I just personally wish Will had more internal struggle and conflict within versus the one-note revenge-seeking entity that he became.
Resident Evil.
Jill Valentine finds herself dealing with PTSD from the nightmare she survived at Spencer Mansion. Now she gets to do it all over again, but this time, there's a relentless, near-invincible enemy that will chase her nonstop until she meets her own demise. Fun times. Nemesis provides that relentless and tiresome fear factor that seemingly becomes a bit of a staple for the series to take after here on out. After the success of Resident Evil 2, and this game being set in the same city, it makes a lot of sense to revisit that same place. Resident Evil 3 does it in a way that makes it feel different enough from the experience in Resident Evil 2 to not just feel like a cheap recycling of content. This time around, it includes a wall-breaking, run around while evading rocket launcher kind of experience. Fast and furious, and also briefly a nice tour of Jill's workplace. A moment within a moment. You can't discuss this game without mentioning its own unique feature: freedom of choice. Throughout the game, it presents you with an option to typically fight or flee, with indecision also being decided for you. The great thing about this is it also allowed the player to experience different areas within the game, elevating replay value to max levels. Add in the multiple end epilogues to the equation, and you have a recipe for near limitless, unique experiences back when gaming was pretty simple in design and straightforward. We've gone through a bunch of great times within the first 3 games in the series. What are your favorite moments from the original 3 games? What obvious thing did I clearly miss that should have been unmissable? What moments in these 3 have left the deepest impression on you? As always, thank you for watching, have a great day, and make sure to check out part 2 for Code Veronica, Resident Evil 4, and 5, coming next week on Hittobox.